Hi, dear Mr. Michalik. Thank you for joining with me on this program today. I know the Deutsche Bank has produced a very interesting research paper on ETF. Can you share some of the highlights to us?
Okay. First of all, thanks for having me. We came out today with a research report on the global ETF market, and we had a look whether still the assets under management increase despite the falling markets. And the good news is yes. What does this tell us? So even if market goes down, there are people that want to be invested in the equity market, and instead of just cherry picking a stock, they go in and buy the whole market because they want to have the market exposure, and then maybe when the markets recover, switch into a single stock.
Well, I know the ETF is very popular in Europe and US, but why Asian people seems not very interested in ETF product?
I tend to disagree a little bit. They are interested, and it's more a chicken and egg problem. There are not enough ETFs around yet in Asia to pick from or to choose from, because there are only, or until last year, there were only 100 ETFs around. Now you have roughly 150, and now people start to look at it. 2 years ago, you only had pure equity trackers, but now you have trackers already on commodities. The first fixed income ETFs are coming, the first short ETFs are coming. So now people have a real product range to choose from. And if you have a look to the institutional investors, they already invest. So we know that a lot of Chinese, Japanese, even Hong Kong investors buy ETFs in the States.
Mm-hmm. Do you think the government and the regulators should do anything to help promote the ETF?
To be honest, they already help. So we have very good relationships, and we are very successful with our product range in Europe. So now we're talking to a couple of regulators, clients, and stock exchanges here in Asia, and they are all helpful because they want to make sure that these products come to the market and that the investors have to change to structure their portfolio out of passive products like ETFs.
Mm-hmm. What are the major benefits to investors when they invest in ETF product?
First of all, ETFs are very transparent. You know, you buy an index tracker, so you buy the whole index. And then they are very liquid, so there's normally always a price on the exchange where you can buy and sell. And they are very cheap. So there's hardly any product which is cheaper for the investor when it comes to investing.
But I would like to raise an argument point is that when you invest into ETF, actually it's for the index. So it can't show the ability of the fund managers to have the stock pick, right?
I agree with you here, and in the short run there might be investment managers that are better than the market. But reality tells us that after 5 to 10 years, you will hardly find an equity manager that is constantly outperforming the market. And so for short term, yes, it might be the wrong product, but if you are a long-term investor and if you want to structure your portfolio for the long run, there's no way you need to have ETFs in your portfolio.
Mm-hmm. But like any other investment product, every investment product has risk factor. So what risk factors should investors be aware of when they invest into ETF?
Investors should be aware of they buy an index tracker, so if the index goes down, also their investment goes down. No doubt about that. So if the index goes down 5%, the product goes down 5%. And then if they buy a tracker on, let's say, a foreign market, they also have a currency risk. So worst case, they might have the right view and the index goes into the right direction, but unfortunately the currency works against them, then they might also lose some money or not get the full upside of the index.
Does Deutsche Bank has any plan to promote ETF in Asia or Hong Kong?
Definitely we have. So 18 months ago we launched a product range in Europe very successfully, and we will now come and launch ETFs in Hong Kong, in Singapore, and in Japan.
Mm-hmm. How about yourself? Do you invest in ETF yourself?
I invest in ETFs, so approximately 50% of my portfolio is in ETFs right now.
Are they doing well?
They're doing well because the beauty about ETFs is they are not only restricted any longer to equities. You now have money market ETFs, you now have fixed income ETFs, commodity ETFs, and lucky enough a couple of months I switched from equities into money market, and so I'm staying now at the sideline and just watching when to get in.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining our program today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.